4 episodes in, we're nearly halfway through the show, but it feels like there's a lot more than half of the game that they haven't got to yet. And it doesn't help that this is the shortest episode yet. You can't help thinking they might want to get a move on if they want to cover it all. But this episode does have quite a lot of Joel and Ellie hanging out together, which is one of the best parts of the game. And a lot of the dialogue has come straight from the game, which makes a lot of sense. There are some genuinely funny moments here, and it also works as character development, showing how Ellie is breaking down Joel's barriers and leading him to become more protective of her. For the second week in a row, there are no infected around. That might disappoint some people who are expecting this to be the next Walking Dead, but you do find yourself fighting humans at least as often as infected in the game, so it makes sense that they would reflect that in the adaptation. Joel and Ellie's initial encounter with the rebels shows their developing teamwork. At first, Joel just wants Ellie to hide away while he takes all of them on, but when Ellie ends up saving him by shooting one of them, he realises she's not completely helpless after all, and finally accepts that she may be better off with a gun than without, which is not a moral lesson you would want to teach a kid in the real world, but in this situation it does make sense. Towards the end of the episode, we also move away from Joel and Ellie's viewpoint and see something of their antagonists, the Kansas City Rebels, led by Melanie Lynskey as Kathleen. In the game, I think they were just generic bad guys, but here you do get a sense that they've been through a lot to get to where they are, and they've lost a lot of people along the way. They don't have enough screen time to fully empathise with them, but at least you get the sense that there's a bigger story there waiting to be told. All of this really just feels like set up for next week, so it's hard to talk about this particular episode in isolation. Fortunately, the next episode is out in just a few days because of the Super Bowl. Apparently everyone in America watches it, even if they don't support either of the teams who've made it to the final. How you can sit through a sports match when you don't support either side is a mystery to me. It just sounds tedious beyond belief. But there you go. All of this means that my review of episode 5 should be out next Monday instead of the usual Thursday. So I'll see you then.